Deciding the right phone for the right budget isn't easy. Especially with so many competitive phones out there, it gets hard to see the tree through the forest. In this video, I will give you some indication on which phones I've tested and I think are really good for the price that you are paying for it. So without any further ado, these are my recommendations when it comes to finding the right phone for that mid-range / high mid-range price. Let's talk about it. Well, technically this device, the Vivo X200, was released last year and the X300 series being announced soon as well, this is still a device that I highly rate. While it doesn't have the same amazing life like the Pro version of it, it still has a really good battery life to support it, combined with the styleful design, solid promised updates, and then not to mention also a camera that is probably one of the best around this price segment, with great zoom capabilities, again for their price range. It makes it a phone that packs a lot of power for a price that isn't anywhere near a flagship. It's a phone I can seriously easily recommend, even more so with the X300 series probably lowering the price of this one. Oneplus itself is in a bit of a shift, with the 14 being skipped as well as the Hasselblad collaboration, keeping that purely for the Oppo series right now, and focusing on their own image processing. The OnePlus 13 is a phone that again packs amazing power in a phone that you can rely on. Software is very clean, you get regular updates, and not to mention that you basically get everything a flagship gets, but for a much lower price. And while the OnePlus 15 will drop that Hasselblad collaboration, the OnePlus 13 still has it, allowing you to create some amazing shots when using master mode. And you can even go a step further honestly, with a device like the OnePlus 12 that will still do you very well. And it's a device that I can easily recommend for gaming, the camera and software experience. Now one phone that doesn't have the best camera sensors, and especially when it comes to of course the supporting sensors. While it still has a pretty solid 35mm equivalent main sensor, the Nubia Z60s, while camera wise loses out to the likes of that OnePlus and the Vivo, you still get that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 inside, and you can actually get this from Nubia for €500 with 512GB. And if you look around, you can get it on like AliExpress for about €370, making it a really good deal. For a phone that might not pack the best supporting sensors when it comes to the camera, it really packs a punch when it comes to that CPU combined with the price itself. Not to mention that in this color, it actually looks really stunning and styleful. Software updates should be around 3 years from its release, so a bit less for instance the OnePlus, but still for the price that you are paying for it, there's very little to complain. And then lastly, from devices I've personally used, we gotta go back to a more compact one. The Xiaomi 15. The Xiaomi 15 packs a lot into a smaller body, just like the Vivo X200. It comes with that Leica collaboration that we know can create some amazing shots. Even more so, in that black and white setting. That honestly, Xiaomi still does the best. And while their software often leads to poor battery management, like for instance with my 15 Ultra, the 15 does do decent here. Just nothing really impressive. This is more fun you would get for that more smaller body and of course that Leica Xiaomi look. Though naturally, we are getting close to the release of the Xiaomi 17 globally, which would probably come around early next year. However, the Chinese version is already available. That will mean that the Xiaomi 15 will go down in price as well, making it even a better deal. At the end, when it comes to finding the right phone for you, it's not always easy. Finding the right phone for you can depend on your preferences in terms of photography, like we showcase a lot on this channel, but also some other things like the software experience, the updates that come to the phone itself, and so much more. And because of that, a phone that is really excellent for someone else might not be for you. And this kind of video isn't about telling you which phone is the best, but more of the phone that might fit you. And that is something, of course, that only you can judge. So leave a comment below what you think about these phones that I've selected. Either way, I do hope that you enjoyed this video showcasing some different phones for that mid-range, high mid-range kind of price that deliver a lot for the money itself. Especially like phones like the Oneplus, the Vivo X200 and so on. They just deliver a lot for the price that you are paying for it. Either way, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for a lot more content, subscribe and so on, because I'm planning a really unique video. And I really hope that you like that kind of style that I'm going to bring towards that video. Either way, before we leave, I also really want to thank my members. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. If you want to become a member, you can by clicking join somewhere below. And of course, for members, when I do comparisons and so on, WoW files will be shared with you. Either way, hope you enjoyed, and of course, don't forget to subscribe, like and everything, and talk to you guys in the next.